I wonder if that's playing a role in everything that happened to her. She's now growing up. Let me bring in my guest. In Los Angeles, board-certified forensic psychiatrist, trial expert, witness, and columnist, Dr. Carol Lieberman. Dr. Lieberman, I'll start with you. In that short video that we just saw of Madeline on her 13th birthday, did anything strike you about that video? Whether it's the way she was acting, the way she presented herself. To me, it's the first time I've heard her talk.
Yes. I wanted more. That's what was the first thing I thought. In a way, she does seem older. Of course, you know, she's been through a lot since 8 years old. She's had to grow up. The other thing is, do you notice how she looks, other than being younger, she looks similar to her mother? And I think that may well have played a role in the abuse. You know, even especially when they wear glasses, both wear glasses, there's a real similarity. Oh,
absolutely. I see it, and I see it in that video more than anywhere. Dr. Carol Lieberman, these are people you want to talk to. You want to talk about how was she acting, and what was the dynamic? Like, who was there at the end of the party? Did she leave the party? Did she stay at grandma's? Did Stephen Stearns drive her somewhere? These are the questions that and information I think those folks would have that is significant. And I wonder, I've got to think they're all going to volunteer that information.
Well, one would hope. Yes, they could really provide a lot of good information, particularly about the relationship between Madeline and Stephen. You know, did she try to spend a lot of time with him? Did she try to not? Was she like trying to be away from him during the night? Was she talking to other people, you know, other men, or, you know, yes, they would have a lot of information. You know what else? Her teachers. I hope that the police are talking to her teachers, all the teachers from age 8 up, you know, to the present, because they really should have and would have, maybe they didn't realize what they were watching, but they would have a lot of information, because they would have seen, or should have realized from the time that she was beginning to be abused, there are signs. I mean, I'm not trying to put it all on the teachers, but there are signs that teachers could have seen, you know, things like, was she very quiet? Was she anxious? Was she depressed? Did she not like to be touched? Did she not like to be too close to people? Did she act out in school? Now, I know her mother said that she had ADHD, and I know that there was some talk about her possibly being on the autism spectrum. So some of these symptoms of abuse could also be symptoms of those disorders. So, you know, of course, it's hard to tease these things out, but it certainly is worth talking to all of her teachers intensively and seeing whether they can tell something, whether they can see also her progression over the years. You know, did she get more and more withdrawn? Whatever, some kind of sign that there was something going on. Just like we talked about, the mother should have noticed that there were certain signs. The teachers could well have noticed too.